Hey guys, it's KTB here. I'm currently taking a class in college that is focused entirely on the LabVIEW software. Now, if you're anything like me, then you're constantly looking for ways to piss off your professors. So, I found a way in LabVIEW to change the background. And I don't think many people know about this, but it's pretty cool, I think. So first thing I'm going to do is, if we want the background to look nice, then we want these stupid grid lines out of the way. So we're going to go to Tools, then Options, and then in the Front Panel category, we scroll down a little bit, and then we say Front Panel Grid. So all we have to do is uncheck Show Front Panel Grid, click OK, and voila, we have a much cleaner looking background. Now for actually changing the background itself. Well, normally, if you right-click anywhere on the front panel, you get the palette with all the controls. But if you right-click on either of the scroll bars, then you get the properties for the pane. So if you click where it says Properties, then you can see Appearance and Background for the pane itself. So if we go to Background, then we can see a bunch of images, a bunch of image options. And there are 5 images that actually come with LabVIEW. One is clouds, one is metal brushed, one is metal diamond plate, one is oak, and one is pine, 2 woods. So we've got the woods, which look pretty generic and honestly a little bit eye-searing. I think it looks kind of goofy. We have clouds, which I think is really pretty. It's the one you set your background to if you want to feel like you're programming while flying through the sky. It's kind of relaxing in a way, even though it's at the same time kind of funny with how much the brightness clashes with the simple monotone front panel. But then you got the metals, and honestly, I think the metal brushed one is actually kind of unironically good. So if you want a background that flows well with the front panel itself, maybe the brushed metal would be a good thing to go with. So that's cool. But you might be thinking, what if you want a different image entirely? And you're in luck, because you can actually select custom images. So if you hit Browse, then it takes you to the folder in the LabVIEW directory where all these images are stored. And if you want, you can pick out more images yourself. So I've got a folder here where we've got some other images, and let's say I want to set the background to this image let's say I want to set the background to this image right here. This is the background artwork for the album Wind and Wuthering by Genesis, which I think is one of the greatest albums of all time, and it has this very beautiful artwork. And you can see that it's kind of got this weird grid-looking thing going on, where you can see where the images kind of overlap. And there is a way around this. There's a way to fix this. If you go back to the properties, where it says Position, you can change the way the image is laid out. So right now it's tile, which means that at the end and beginning of the image, of the boundaries, it just kind of loops over and over again. That's why these other images work so well, because they're very simple designs that were designed to loop over and over again. But another thing we can do is select Stretch, which takes one instance of the image and stretches it across the entire front panel, the entire pane, which makes some of these look kind of goofy. This looks really weird. But there's also Center, which just forces one instance of the image in its standard resolution to the center of the pane, which also looks kind of weird. So I guess Tile would be your best bet if you have an image that suits it. But yeah, other things we can set it to. Here's Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers. So this is the image you use if you want to program while also feeling sad. So sad. What else have I got? Here is a photo of my brother and I. So we can program while feeling really cool. So that's cool. Though there is a problem with all of this, and the problem is LabVIEW needs these image files nearby in order to actually load them in the front panel. So if you're going to send your VI to your professor or to someone else, these images probably won't show up unless you send the images with them to their LabVIEW directory, which might be hard to do secretly. So that's too bad. But still, these images, the clouds and the metal and the wood, they come with LabVIEW. So you can just set that to your front panel and it'll show up for your professor. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that, and I really just wanted to show that off because I think it's pretty funny and kind of goes right along with the style of like early 2000s Windows shenanigans. But that's all for now, and I hope you all have a lovely night. Bye-bye.